People may call it the aqueducts, but Lilly will call it for what it is. The sewers. With her hand over her mouth and forefinger and thumb pinching her nose, the Lady of Murder looks to Little Red, who returns a grimacing look. It's absolutely horrible, and Lily's eyes begin to tear. The things she has to bear in service to the Lord's Alliance. Or it looks like 3 bombardier beetles, and I think they heard bones. Alright. Because he's going to bring them back.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Kind of waiting for the spider to kick in. There we go. Problem is, there's probably a trap on the bridge. Because there was on the other one. Not sure what. It's just kind of hanging out. There he goes. I think they can walk across the water, though. Yeah. The bombardier beetles obviously must love it. The waste of practically the entire city of Neverwinter at their disposal, as the sewers empty out into the harbor, and so everything must come through here. A virtual hub of filth. And amidst it all, an old man by a boat. Though he looks in fine health, he looks a bit unsteady, as it were, oblivious to the stench. And an ancient door with a chest and a note inside. Or here's a note in the chest by the door. Tooth of the Forge. Of course, very similar to other riddles we've seen.
Sorry.
Of course, this is reminiscent of the other riddles Lilly's discovered throughout Neverwinter. A splinter in flight behind Telma's bookcase in Blacklake. A wall at arm's length at the great graveyard in the Beggar's Nest. And now this. Lilly will leave the note in his chest as she did with the others, till she makes more sense of it all. Okay. More portraits that have changed in the game. This time, an NPC that we're familiar with, but have yet to meet. Lord Nasher Alagondar himself, the Lord of Neverwinter, and presumably sitting in Castle Never. Here's his portrait as it is now, which, of course, I don't believe we've seen. And here's his portrait as it was originally released. And this is actually another one of the celebrity lookalikes, and one of the more obvious ones, actually. But I'll still give you a moment to guess if you like. He's an American actor. He's from New York City. And he's been in such films as The Godfather Part 2, the 1974 gangster film from Coppola, Taxi Driver, the 1976 drama from Scorsese, and Goodfellas, the 1990 crime film also from Scorsese. Yeah, it's Robert De Niro. Again, this is just a picture of the actor, not necessarily the photograph on which the original portrait was based, but I think it's still pretty clear who it is. The furrowed brow, the heavy eyebrows, the baggy eyes, the tight lip, pronounced chin, and even the mole under his right eye. I actually tried finding a photograph of him with a mustache, and they're out there, but yeah, not quite in that style.
Fair enough.
And we'll have to pay attention if and when Lilly finally gains entry to Castle Never, if he's going to ask her to confirm whether she's actually addressing the Lord of Neverwinter or not. Sorry. Don't worry. I think there's only one more left, and then we'll be done with the NPC celebrity look-alike game. Lilly barely wants to breathe. She's certainly not going to set foot in the water, if that's even what it could be called. Perhaps if she had took those Moonsea hip boots at the Silver Sails Trading Company. Instead, a dazed word with the old man.
What? Hello?
Charon. Well, hello, Your Majesty. I sure as shucks don't see personery of your distinction down here much. Come to inspect the sewers, aqueducts. I meant aqueducts. Please pardon my confusion. I'm still getting the hang of this new beautification program the City Council put in place. The finer points of it seem to be giving things pretty names. You know, sewers become aqueducts. Waste becomes surplus resource, and my cushy job at the castle becomes tour guide to the freaking sewers. But I'm not bitter. Alright. Yeah, asking if anyone's passed by. Well now, actually there were a couple groups that I saw heading downstream. I thought it was a bit odd, but they didn't bother me. The first was just one man on his own. Older gent, dressed in quite the finery. He looked like he knew where he was going. Of course, that sounds like Vengaul. After him was a rough lot. They looked like they had blood on their minds. Seemed a bit unsure where they were going, though. And of course, that sounds like Callik and his men. Yeah. Asking where they lead. Well, they join up with the older sewers a ways down. There used to be some old storerooms back in there, but they ain't been used by a city for years and years. As the districts expanded, access to those old areas got built over. Not a lot of people know the layout of those old tunnels. I hear voices down there on occasion, though. Alright, I guess presumably he can provide passage on his little boat. Well, I can't leave my post here. An emergency might arise and my special expertise might be needed. It could happen. I can send you down on your own. It ain't dangerous. Leastwise, I don't think so. Just say the word and you're good to go. Alright. Because asking me to taken downstream. Yes, madam. Merrily, merrily. Here you go. Lilly lets out a sigh of relief, finding that the air is not as foul down here in this older section of the sewers, apparently in disuse. Her and the rusty raconteur exchange relieved smiles. And so, their pursuit of the pirates has forced them to board a boat after all, though in a way they would have never imagined. Lilly and Little Red floating down a canal of filth. How utterly unromantic. It's up to her faithful familiar to see if he can't pick up the trail of Vengaul and Callik again.
You are not half the man your father was!
Don't start with that, old man! This is just about business! I won't let you squander this opportunity! That thing is worth a fortune!
Life is measured by more than wealth, my boy. A well-schemed plot keeps your name in the history books.
What's the big problem? You were going to auction the thing yourself!
That was showmanship. Make them think the prize is lost, and they respect you all the more when they get it.
Okay, last portrait that has changed in the game, or actually this time has not changed. This time, an NPC we're about to meet, Vengaul Bloodsail, the Scarlet Blade, right here, right now in the sewers. Here's his portrait as it is now, which we'll see, and unlike the others, it's unchanged from when it was originally released. Though this is actually another celebrity look-alike, and one we've seen already, last set, so I'll give you a moment to guess if you'd like. Again, he's English. He's a stage actor. And he's been in such films as Elizabeth, the 1998 biographical film from Kapur. It's Joseph Fiennes, again. Another apparent copy, I guess. And maybe even from the same artist who made the original portrait for Abbot Fenthick Moss, also based on Joseph Fiennes. Do they not see the Inquisitor General? She will not be ignored.